will need the following: sewing machine and thread, fabric, pins, scissors, a ruler and a Sharpie, fabric ties, bias tape, or elastic. Optional, an iron, clear nail polish. Cut 4 strips of fabric, 1.5 inches wide by 15 inches of length. On one end of the tie, fold the end piece down. Proceed to fold the outer pieces to the middle of the tie. This will create a nice finished end piece. Next, proceed to fold the edges into the center of the tie. Now iron. Fold along the middle. This will create a nice and clean tie with no fraying. Iron. We're going to start with the raw edge. The finished edge is the end where we made an extra fold, and this will be seen on the mask. Starting with the raw edge, insert it into your machine and begin sewing. You don't want to forget to lock in those stitches by doing a back stitch. Help make your tie be the best it can be by giving it some tension, as well as meeting up the two sides together to make sure your line is nice and straight. It's okay to stop every once in a while and help readjust. Pay close attention to the end of the tie. Make sure it's folded correctly before sewing over it. Cut 3 pieces of fabric, 8 3/4 height and 10 3/4 width. Fold your fabric left over right in half along the width. We're going to start with the top right corner. You're going to want to mark 2 1/4 inch from the corner, then mark 2 1/4 inch below the corner. For the nose piece, from the center, make note of 1 3/8 inch. Then, from the top of the fabric, 3/4 inches down, mark where the measurements meet. At the fold, mark 1/4 inch from the top. Now, the bottom right corner. Mark 2 inches up from the corner. Mark 2 1/4 inch to the left from the corner. You now have your template. Proceed to cut your next layers. Get ready to sew. Start with laying down the first layer. The second layer is the part that will touch your face, print side up. The third layer is your front-facing print. The print will face down on top of this second layer. Sew along the top of the fabric. Do not sew the sides. Sew along the bottom of the fabric. Next, you're going to want to fold your fabric inside out. Make sure you have your print layer facing out. Push the point of the fabric out using your finger or a pin. Make sure to pin the small nose point. I would suggest ironing once the mask is turned inside out to make for easier and cleaner sewing. For an elastic mask, pull the open ends in to close the fabric and pin. Proceed to do both sides. For a mask with ties, make note of the raw edge. Fold the open ends in to close the fabric. Pin the middle. Taking the raw edge of the tie, place it in between the fabric and pin. Proceed to do both sides. Sew along the entire mask edge. If using ties, make sure to backstitch over them. Next, flip the mask with the front print facing down. Fold the top and bottom piece of the mask to at least 3 1/4 inch wide. Sew along the width of the mask. For an elastic mask, fold over the elastic. Make sure there is enough room for the elastic to move. When pinning, make sure the flaps are up and centered with each other. This will make the next steps much easier. Now, for the last step, fold the flaps to the edge of the mask. Pin, and sew. Now is the last step for the ties. Fold the flaps to the edge of the mask. Pin, and sew. And voila! You're done!